We about to get started, y'all. Hey, Kentuckiana, this is your girl, Miss Naughty, meeting in the ladies' room. We are live here at the Power 106 studios, y'all. What y'all got going on? So, my guest has not shown up, so I'm just going to wing it a little bit and let y'all listen to some music. And then I'm going to give y'all some tea. Y'all ready? What's good, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in to Meeting in the Ladies' Room. Tonight, we are going to talk about network makes the net worth. Y'all know I'm all about small businesses and about supporting the locals. So, let me go ahead and recap this weekend a little bit. So, this weekend, I hosted my 4th annual Louisville Black Wall Street Vendors Market. It's been kind of a passion project of mine. And my goal has always been to find a way for us small businesses to work together, to come together, to network, to give our community options. And I feel like we don't have a lot of options when we say having events and having local business owners present that some of us may have never heard of, right? So, this event has been going on almost 5 years, but annually it's been going on 4 years. So this past weekend I hosted one in the fall because I normally do it in the spring. I'm usually right around Derby, Thunder over Louisville. Easter time is usually when I, kind of have been doing that event, right? So I decided I wanted to see what would happen if I did it in the fall. And I feel like there was a great turnout. I feel like a lot of people were sharing and telling people, about it. And, for me, that was the biggest thing. I wanted to spread the word about these businesses. And a lot of people may think that, oh, you're doing it because, the money. No, I don't actually make anything off of the event. I basically pay for the venue and make sure we've got promotion, right? So a lot of people were like, we really need to start having more options and more events, meaning more than one, on, for the holidays. So I figured, okay, why not? And I know that there are several people who are going to be hosting some of these events here this fall, winter for the holidays. And it's not about stepping on toes, but I want to try to meet people where they're at and realize that there are different demographics here in Louisville. And not everybody knows everybody. Not everybody shops with everybody. Not everybody goes on certain sides of towns and things of that nature. And that's just Louisville, right? So I'm going to do one. I'm going to do it December 14th. The only decision right now I'm trying to see is that guaranteed that I get 10 vendors. I need 10, y'all. I need 10 of y'all local businesses to sign up I'm going to do it on the 14th, and then I need to figure out if we should do it in the afternoon or should we do an evening one, because I'm tending to notice that a lot of people do them early morning to the early afternoon, but nobody really ever has anything in the evening as far as like a vendor's market. So I'm kind of leaning towards that, because my thing is, it's the holidays, and we always talk about supporting our local business, supporting one another, and also shopping BOBs, right? So my thing is, if we got more than one happening, there's no reason that we can't do that. This gives everybody the opportunity to shop with the Black-owned businesses, shop with women-owned businesses across the board for the next 2 months to prepare for the holidays, right? So if you are interested, I need you to email me. There's a post on my page. I will comment on this live and let y'all know how to get in touch with me, because I want at least 10 businesses to sign up, and I will make this thing happen. I feel like we can get more than 10. The holidays are coming up. I feel like there's money for everybody to make. Everybody shops for the holidays, and right now in our society, in our culture, we're saying let's support each other, but we have to create opportunities for that to happen. I am willing to create an opportunity for that to happen, but I need the support. So I need not only vendors to sign up, but I need people to come out and support and shop with these vendors, network with these vendors. I need businesses to collaborate. I need people to share, to talk about, repost, tweet, tag, Snapchat. Like, I need all of that to happen, right? So all I'm saying is, people, I need y'all to come out and help support what we're trying to do. So the Louisville Black Wall Street Market is going to have a holiday pop-up shop. I'm going to get the flyer out as soon as I get the first 10 vendors. All those vendors will be listed on that. We, of course, are going to do radio promo. I'm going to try to do a couple shows beforehand where I can get some of these vendors to come in and let's talk about what it is that we're doing, why we're trying to do what we're doing. And then also I am going to probably do some donating some things, y'all. I feel like it's, that time of year. Let's donate. Let's raise something for something. And I'm kind of leaning towards partnering with a new particular show that we have. And we'll go ahead and talk about it. So Dee's Corner is a show that is geared towards families, children and young adults, readers, authors, to give them a platform. It is to bring the literacy back into our community. And yes, I know we have other little things that are happening, but far as a talk show or radio show, I don't feel like we got that quite yet. So Power 106 and I, meeting in the Laser KY Radio, we are going to partner with Dee's Corner to fundraise books to give away during the holidays. Dee's Corner wants to try to give out books to kids who may not have access to the library, who may not have access to bookstores, and to encourage reading. In this day and age, social media, gaming, all of that is like, and phones, technology is like the thing that our kids and young adults are like most into. That's what you see. They never leave home without them, right? So I talked to the owner of Dee's Corner and to try to find a way to get these books into these kids' hands. So I told her I was willing, and I know Wilson, our owner, said he is willing to partner with her to do a fundraising drive to try to raise books starting now until Christmas. We want to give books away to children for Christmas. I'm still working out the details, y'all, but if y'all know me, once I put my mind to something, y'all know I'm going to make it happen. So I definitely need y'all to look out for that. If you're interested in helping, if your organization, business is interested in helping raise or collect books or donate books, definitely inbox me, or you can email me at missnotty.power106fmkyradio. That is missnotty.power106fmkyradio at gmail.com. That's gmail.com, y'all. So Miss Notty, Power 106 FM Radio, not KY Radio, y'all. I'm doing too much. It's Power 106 FM KY at gmail.com. That is gmail.com, y'all. Email me. I'm gonna put that in the comments. Anybody that's willing to help, we are definitely looking for help. And of course, anybody that donates, yes, I'm throwing some free promo time on the radio and on our website, because I feel like this is something that needs to happen. So I'm definitely down for the cause. And once again, like I said, December 14th is going to be the next Louisville Black Wall Street Market event. I'm going to give some more details about that once I got the last of the few vendors. I think I only need like 4 more. I need 4 more to commit, and then I'm going to make this thing happen. But that goes into today's discussion, because I feel like if we don't network, if we cannot increase not only our financial visibility, but our visibility as a whole. One of the things that I love about my Power 106 FMKY radio family is the fact that we are all so different. We all come from different backgrounds, different areas. Some of us are from here, some of us aren't. Some of us have different professions. But I do think that I like the idea that we are able to network and help benefit each other. And so we are reaching different demographics than you normally would. So what I'm hoping to have happen, hold on y'all, one of my guests is here. So what I'm hoping to have happen is that by starting this conversation, that people will realize that it doesn't hurt you to network or to help or support, share, or talk, or recommend another business. Because especially when the business don't have anything to do with your business, like, y'all, that has got to stop. Okay, so one of my guests is actually here, y'all, so hold on, I'm about to go run and grab her. But yeah, so I'm gonna let y'all listen to some music real quick, and I will be right back. Hey y'all, be right back. What's up, y'all? Okay, I'm back. All right, so those tuning in, Facebook, please follow us at www.kyheartmedia.com. Of course, on your radio dial, Power 106.3 FM. So, I'm about to get back on this radio. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? All right. And I'm back. So real quick, let me shout out this week's sponsors. This week's sponsors is Truth's Tattoos, located at 3510 Taylor Boulevard, Noor, the Black Chamber of Commerce. They are having an event November 1st at the St. Matthews Community Center. So that was supposed to be one of my guests tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and pitch this, y'all. So the founder and CEO, John H. Shawu, who is also the brainchild behind the Black Noir BCC radio show, which is on Saturdays from 8 to 9, and then instant replay from 9 to 10. He decided he wanted to do an event for black businesses and black professionals to be able to meet corporations and businesses, where sometimes you may not have the opportunity to sit down and have a face-to-face with some of these companies, right? So we were talking, and I was like, you should do like a speed dating type of event, right? So we're calling this event the Speed Date a Corporation networking event. He is wanting people to be able to come and have a certain amount of time in front of these businesses to not only introduce themselves, their brand, their business, or what they do, or what they're trying to do, and get their face and their name seen and heard, right? Dope concept. It is a free event. I need y'all to register. I'm going to share that link also. But this is a dope opportunity. If you have been trying to get funding, if you are trying to get your foot in the door to get contracts, this is the opportunity to do it. So it's going to be November 1st. Our own DJ D Slick is going to be on the ones and twos. I'm going to be there helping co-host. I'm also going to be doing some live interviews and also giving some businesses opportunities to win some free airtime. Yes, free airtime to promote your business, your brand, whatever it is that you do. I am going to be giving some opportunities away. So definitely come out and see us November 1st, St. Matthew's Community Center. Then also shout out to Candy Brews. Y'all know we love Candy Brews around here. There officially is, y'all, drum roll please, 31 flavors, y'all. We finally made 31 flavors. So if you have not, please go follow Candy Brews on Facebook and Instagram at Candy Brews by Lemon Drop Rolling Bar and Candy Brews on Instagram. So definitely go follow those pages. So yes, once again, shout outs to my whole Power 106 FM KY radio family. You can listen to us at Power 106.3 FM here in the Louisville, Kentucky area. You can also listen to us live on our website at www.kyheartmedia.com. Also on all streaming platforms, any streaming platform you can think of, we are on it, y'all. So definitely tune in. We have something for everybody all days of the week. If you see, matter of fact, I'm gonna make a challenge. If y'all see this poster, so for my people on Facebook, y'all can see me hold this poster. Y'all see this poster around the city? Or this poster around the city? I want y'all to start taking pictures and tag me in them. Tag Power 106 in them. Because these posters are about to be everywhere. Show us some support and some love. We are your own locally independent, black-owned radio station here in Louisville, Kentucky. We are located in Old Louisville. So definitely, please continue to support, show us some love. Share, like, tweet, follow, tag, Snapchat, all that stuff y'all be doing. I'm gonna need y'all to do all of that. You got me? All right, y'all. So, real quick, I'm gonna let y'all hear some music and then I'm gonna bring my guest in. We have an author in the house. She's gonna give us some information. So we're gonna talk back about the whole network makes the net worth. We're gonna talk about some literature. And we're going to, some of the things I already talked about. I told you, I'm tying it all in together, y'all. So we will be right back. For those on Facebook Live, I see y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank y'all for supporting. Please share and let people know. Tag your people and let them know we are here live. We are live on the radio now, and I will be back shortly. All right, Miss Brittany, come on in, girl. Come on in. So we're live on Facebook. Hey, everybody. Y'all know we ain't doing the traditionals, but it's okay. All right, so let them listen to this music a little bit. Hey, everybody, what's up, y'all? What's up? Thank y'all for tuning in.
Like I'm too tall to even be on the camera.
Not that she said I'm too tall to be on the camera, y'all. Oh goodness, how was your day today, ma'am?
It was fine. I'm tired. My eyes are red. I'm tired.
You tired, girl?
Yes.
It's time to go to sleep. I'm with you. I'm ready to go
writing
home
all day.
Oh shoot!
So.
I feel like I'm gonna get some tea.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I'm gonna get a little tea tonight, y'all. Y'all know I love getting some tea here on Meeting in the Ladies Room. Y'all know how I feel about my teas. So, all right. So we're gonna go back live on the radio here in just a second.
All my supporters out there that's watching, can y'all share, please?
Yes, please share, tweet, tag, all that, y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to do all of that real quick for me. Thanks.
Yes, thanks.
Thanks.
Share, please, and thanks.
Thanks, y'all. All right, we about to go back live on this radio. I know y'all be tripping out that we be Facebook Live and on the radio at the same time. But yes, that's what we do here at Power 106. Absolutely. Thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, so. All right. Thank you for tuning in to Meeting the Ladies from KY Radio. We are back live on your radio dial, Power 106.3 FM radio. We are here live at the Power 106 FM KY radio studios, located at 1151 South 4th Street in Old Louisville, Kentucky. Thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all your streaming platforms, Power 106 FM KY. KY Heart Media. Also on our website is www.kyheartmedia.com. Thank you. So I've got a special guest, y'all. This baby, she made sure she kept up with me, y'all. I promise y'all. This baby was on them inboxes. She was not playing no games.
Keep my word.
She wasn't playing no. You either one.
I like to go when
she like to go and all things go, y'all. All things go. I'm determined I'm gonna have all gold mics in the studio eventually. But yes, this baby made sure she was keeping up with me. So on Facebook now, y'all, I it's not that it's funny, but I was like, this baby serious about this thing, honey. Her Facebook name is Arthur Brittany Pritchard.
Pittard.
Mm-hmm. Say it again.
Pittard.
Mm-hmm. She has Arthur before her first name. On Facebook, y'all. That means she's serious about what she do.
Definitely.
I feel like she pulled an Erykah Badu moment. I'm an artist, and I'm serious about my...
I think it's a lot of people, when they're searching for books or authors or something like that, and you just type that name in,
right?
You could find me even if you weren't looking for me.
Right.
It's one of those things, too. So.
Okay.
You know.
So... First of all, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Tell them how they can find you and all that good stuff.
So my name is Brittany Pittard. I'm an author of 6 books right now. Currently working on one. Working on a few. I'm on Facebook as author Brittany Pittard, as she just said. That's BrittanyPitteard. Mm-hmm. And then on Instagram, I'm as authoress Brittany Pittard. Spelled the same way. And then you can go to Amazon. If you're not on social media, you can just go to Amazon. Everybody shops on Amazon. Go to Amazon and just type my name in the search bar instead of looking for my book titles, because if you type my name in, all my titles and my whole bio and everything will pop up on Amazon there.
Okay.
I'm on Goodreads as well. That's about it.
Okay.
I don't do the Snapchat thing too much.
Girl, I still can't figure out Snapchat. I done told them, y'all, and this damn, I don't get it. It don't make sense.
I get it, but it's a little too personal. I don't want to see, that's too personal.
You think it's too personal?
It's like letting somebody in the house with me all day, everything I'm doing, I feel like. Just sitting there, just whatever. Unless I have something to snap, like if I'm out and about and I got something to snap, that's one thing. But if I'm just chilling, that's too much.
I don't get it. What's the purpose?
It's just like live videos. It's like stories, live stories or videos, just of whatever you're doing. Like this moment right here, we can snap this.
But it disappears.
It disappears, but it does pop. They got a new thing now. It pops up in the memory. Like Facebook gives you your memories every year.
They doing too much. Officially, FYI, y'all doing too much.
I like Snapchat for the camera. The camera
filters.
is bomb.
The filters.
The filter's so bomb because you can use a filter that doesn't have the ears and all this stuff, and it just gives you, it just looks like you got a beat on your face.
Yes.
So
I'm here for the filter. That part I get, but the rest of it I was like, I don't understand.
It ain't for me. It's for young people.
It's gotta be, because baby, they stay on that thing. Okay, so this week's topic is network makes the net worth. And so earlier I was talking about the fact that, like, for example, I did that event this weekend, and I've had certain people and some vendors saying, hey, you should do one like Christmas time, like before the holidays, because yes, people have like vendor fairs and things of that nature, but sometimes they're not promoted, or you don't reach everybody, which is, when you rely on social media, it's very common to happen. Mm-hmm. Not everybody shops on the certain size of towns. Right. Not everybody knows all the businesses that we have available to us, which there are great groups that are trying to remedy that, like the Louisville Black Wall Street Market. There's another group called Buy Black Lou, I'm in that group, and I feel like it's real dope that we're creating all these networking platforms where we're trying to socialize, network, and trying
to support our own.
But we have to also create opportunities.
Definitely.
So I feel like with me being the person who started this Louisville Black Wall Street vendors market, that is my job to every year do at least one.
Something, yeah.
And usually, like I was saying, I usually do it in the spring, but this year it was kind of like, what would happen if I did it in the fall? And I found out. People came out and was like, yo, this is dope. It's before the holidays. It makes you start thinking.
Yeah.
You're looking for people, you know, to meet certain needs for your holiday parties, trips, birthdays, you know, just different things. So a lot of people got to not only shop. I had vendors that came from out of town that had a great time, and I like when we're doing this again.
And that was my thing when you said in the fall, the weather is usually the best for traveling in the fall. You don't have too many storms. You don't have to worry about icy roads and
right. So now my thing is, okay, if I do it before Christmas time, I don't really expect a lot of my out of towners to come.
Right.
But I do think that my locals will still do it. So I'm gonna do one December 14th. This will be my first time doing a holiday one. For the Louisville Black Wall Street market. But I think that it's definitely something we need, and I know there's several people having some vendor fairs, which I'm definitely going to try to get that information out. I think that we need to have as many as we can, because if you have X amount, that disrupts people from going to the shopping malls and to the franchises. You're shopping local, keeping the dollars local. So that's creating opportunities for all these businesses that may not be able to make this one date, but they can make this day, or they can't make this time, but they can make this time. They can make at least one of these events to set up and get the word out, not only about their business, but also to sell their product and possibly gain lifelong consumers.
That's the thing. That's key.
Yeah,
the networking part of it. Yeah.
And so what my thing is, a lot of people feel like if you support, share, talk about, or participate, that like you're stopping what you're doing, like it interferes with your business, and I don't understand that concept.
If you participate in showing up and supporting someone,
I guess because if it's something similar to what you're doing, like people feel like it's a competition. Like I feel like we should have
I get that.
multiple things. Like
I get that.
There should be multiple. Why do we not have black vendor events every weekend? Why do we not have our own markets and farmers markets every weekend? Like we've got one.
One thing I said about the thing that you just said, like maybe feeling like somebody that does the same thing that you do, you don't want to really share what they have going on or support what they got going on if it's similar to what you like. You think you're going to lose support because you shared it.
I don't get
something.
That. Yeah.
The thing about it is, when you do that, you actually you should network with the person that's doing the same thing that you're doing, because you guys can help each other. You know something that they don't know. They know something that you don't know.
Or they are reaching a different demographic or market that you are.
Exactly.
So
that could be better for you.
So, like, for example, let's take this social media. Everybody promoting on social media. I don't think people realize that when you like or share something, the people who also liked or shared it get notified that you did it.
Exactly.
So now people see your name. And some people are going to be nosy enough to click your name to see who you are.
Yep.
Or they,
especially with the author in front. Who is she?
Yeah. Who's that?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, or when you're posting, or like, just for example, if I post a flyer and you share that flyer in some groups, not only are they looking at the flyer, but they're looking at who is this that shared it.
Yeah.
Is it their event? Who are they?
Right.
So my thing is, there are people that are now being made aware of you because of those couple quick actions. Is that necessarily taken away from you, or is it helping you? And I think people don't realize that sometimes you can help yourself by networking, by partnering, by collabing, by saying, let me support this person, because right now, am I doing an event at the same time, that same exact moment?
Right. Yeah, I don't think it ever takes anything away from anybody, though.
Yeah, and I don't think it does. And I don't think that people realize our financial exposure goes back to actual exposure. If we're not having exposure opportunities, how can your financial exposure, how can your financial growth happen?
Right.
So sometimes you have to stop being scared to take chances, to put yourself out there, to actually network, to take part in events.
Yeah.
That's how people find out about you.
Yeah.
This is like no joke. I still have people who used to vend at my Meeting in the Ladies Room Fantasy and Pepper Party series, my parties for the ladies' night out. Y'all know what those are. that still to this day be like, when they see me, like, girl, I still got people that be like, you was at 90 show back at such and such place, and it was years ago.
But they remember that
women
moment,
who
though.
got those
Yeah.
swag bags with the business cards, and they like, yo, I found your card in one of 90 swag bags, and yeah, I need such and such and such.
Yeah.
People are still shopping with these people even years later. I've been doing these shows almost 8 years, and it tickles me to death when I see some of these vendors, and they like, man, I still get people to shop with me.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because you gotta find not only your lane, but your loyal client base. Because when you cross promote, they'll become loyal to those people if they know that you're promoting them and
If
that
they
they're
know-
legit.
That's
businesses.
facts. That is facts.
Legit businesses.
Yeah.
If they know you about your business and that you not gonna
Just
turn them on to some
something
BS,
that's foolishness. Yeah.
they gonna shop.
They are.
And that's why I try to tell people, as far as when I say, okay, I'm doing vendor events, or I'm having vendors at my shows, or I'm doing swag bags, there's power in that.
Mhm.
Because I know my clientele, I know the ladies who mess with me, they're loyal. They have income that is disposable to a degree, but they don't know where to put it at because they're not the typical consumers. They're not your turnip crew. They're not the ones that go out every
Right.
weekend. They're not the ones at the mall every time.
Right.
They're not the online shoppers. Usually my demographic, I tell anybody, 35 and older, they're moms, they're career women, they're wives, girlfriends, long-term relationships. They just
Don't have time to do nothing.
they don't have time. So when they do something,
Yeah.
that's serious business.
Yeah. For sure.
So I guess, and because I'm not from here, I still kind of go, okay,
Where you
maybe-
from?
I'm from Indianapolis.
Really?
Yeah. And I feel like my mindset is a little bit different.
Mm.
And I've met some people that are kind of in the same realm with me, and that's cool because we're cross promoting
Right.
and networking
Mhm.
and sending business each other's way and realizing it ain't hurting what I'm doing
Right.
by doing that. But I'm just like, why do people not understand? We can all have that millionaire mindset,
Mhm.
but if you don't expose yourself to the opportunities and the financial exposures, then how you gonna get there?
And the relationships, like the building relationships part. The person you said you cross promote with people and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. You gotta have those relationships. The people that remember you from years ago, 10 years ago.
Yo,
You gotta have that. You gotta have that. So
Yeah.
that's gonna always be your support.
yeah, I just feel like people need to open up their minds a little bit. So real quick, once again, shout out to our sponsors, Truth Tattoos, Noir, the Black Chamber of Commerce, Candy Brews, Diamond Elite Design Customs. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all are listening to Meeting in the Ladies Room, KY Radio on Power 106.3. So I have Miss Brittany here, and y'all, we were talking about her name on Facebook. So what made you make the decision to list your name that way? Like, what was real specific about
Honestly, it wasn't that. It was my name on Facebook used to be "But She's Dope." That used to be my.
Hey!
I wasn't an author then. It
But
just used to be
she's
"But
dope.
She's Dope."
But she,
Like regardless of whatever, she's dope. So I became a published author with that name and with that page, and I already had supporters that watched me say, "Hey, this is the next step I'm taking. Oh, I almost got my cover." And now this, they watched me and supported me throughout that. Then I started following a lot of authors. Most authors have that in front of their name
Okay.
on Facebook, and I realized that I wanted to mostly focus on my books on my page and keep my personal stuff separate.
Got you.
So I said, I'm gonna make an author page then that I could share on, that kind of thing, and an author like page, and then still have my personal page. But all my personal people came over here to my author Brittany, so I just let the other page go, and now that's just the name I got.
Okay, honey, I realize that because everybody trips. Okay, so for those that don't know, yes, I have 2 pages because I have 4,978 people literally right-handed guy, me and DJ D Slick just literally were looking at my page. I have 4,978 friends on each page, literally.
Really?
The exact same number, and it wasn't on purpose, people. I'm going to play them numbers.
You
swear
better
I'm
play
going
them
to
numbers.
Shake House something. I'm going somewhere with them numbers. Because I didn't even realize that. And I try to keep my pages under 5,000 because of my role now with Power 106, being the station manager and having my radio show. I meet people and they want to connect. and not everybody has Instagram or has Twitter or like we were saying Snapchat. Most people do have Facebook or they email.
Right.
So I purposely have been removing people who I don't do business with. There's no real reason for you to be on my page.
I kind of thought about that. Like, I look at it every day. It's the weirdest thing is when if I see somebody in public and they're like, "Oh, I see you just dropped a book," and I'm like, "Wait, what are we on together?" And they're like on Facebook, and I'm like, "You haven't liked, shared, I didn't even see." That is so weird to me.
I don't know.
I want to say I want to delete this person because why are you even on my page taking up space? But then it's like, no, I'm gonna let you see. Just here, just see.
You know what?
You might end up supporting,
and that's the thing. Like, but my thing is like, because based off of what I do, there's some folks I'm like, you've been on my page long enough because you know you got that see friendship option now. And my thing is, after so much time, you gotta go.
Yeah. And
I need to make room for other folks. Yeah. But I just thought it was really weird. That specific number today.
That same number, I would play it.
I feel like I need to go buy some scratch offs with them numbers. I need to go do something with them numbers. Like, I feel like something needs to happen in my life with the numbers.
I will play it.
Yeah. So, but one thing I figured out was that no matter how much you tell people, hey, I've got this business page, go like it, go follow it, people are going to want to follow you personal.
Definitely.
But I had to learn that some personal stuff you just can't post no more.
Yeah.
You know, especially depending on your role in life, where you at in life. So I don't post a lot of personal stuff. I may post something about my kids every now and then or about like my personal whatever.
Yeah.
As far as like we were having a discussion last week, like you saw, about mental health, self-care, self-love, and about me not taking care of myself, which I am notorious for and I'm honest about.
Yeah.
All my followers, all my listeners, anybody who knows me know I am a workaholic. I'm the same way. I'm in step 8 of recovery. I'm admitting I have an issue. I am a workaholic, y'all. But I realized that people do keep up with you, and I didn't realize how much because I literally had somebody walked up to me Saturday and was like, it touched me. They said, "Okay, you got color." I said, "What?" They was talking about color in my face, like that I didn't look sickly. I said, "Oh." They was like, "You need to take care of yourself." I had somebody who saw me yesterday, and I did not realize this person was really paying attention to what I'm doing. We know each other in crossing, but she was like, "You're tired. You gotta take care of you first." And I was like, well, dang.
That's major.
So that kind of goes back to what you're saying. Like, people may not like, they may not share, but
they
people are
notice.
paying attention
They
to
notice.
stuff.
They pay attention. And it's like I have the readers that I have, I'm thankful for, but I never want to come off as a certain way, like personally on Facebook. With
You don't want to be too accessible.
No, I don't want to be. How you were saying, you gotta watch what you post.
Yeah,
it can be a turnoff.
Yeah,
and I'm in these reading groups, and I seen somebody saying yesterday, one of the authors, she was like, not one of the authors, but one of the readers, she said, "Will you stop reading an author's book if they act away? Like if you see their true personality coming out?" And some of the people were saying, well, they're human. And then some people were saying, no, I've definitely stopped reading people and stopped following people for that. And it's like, I don't want to lose any type of readers or anybody just because of something that I posted, you know?
Or that you're personally going through.
Yeah, but even when I wasn't an author, I've just never been the type of person to personally post anything anyway, like that.
Right.
Like, you know?
Okay, so let's talk about your readers. So let's start with, what is the genre that you typically find yourself writing in?
Typically, I find myself writing in urban fiction.
Okay.
Which is hood fiction for people that don't know what that is. So like hood street fiction. So basically, if you watch Power or maybe Empire or something like that, it's like that. It's like reading that.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's going to connect to somebody who's been through, you know, the everyday life of...
So young adults and adults.
Older too.
Older adults.
I've had tons of older people saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that I learned something here like that's older than me. I'm only 30. I'll be 34 next week." So
she's still a baby.
I'm still a baby, but I'm not like 18.
Baby, y'all. Girl, I'm knocking on 40. You's a baby. Anybody under 35 is a baby to me.
But the book I'm writing right now that hasn't been released. I don't know exactly where I'm putting it in, but it's a whole different because it's dealing with self-harm and depression and all kinds of things. I'm just trying to challenge myself to write something different.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So, how many books have you actually had released?
6.
Oh, okay. I see you, girl. All right. So, I know you said that it's typically what people would call hood fiction or urban fiction.
Right.
What have been some of the challenges you have found with being that type of author that has made you say, I want to challenge myself to do something a little bit different?
I haven't had any issues myself. I haven't.
Oh, okay.
It's naturally, my readers love it. I know my demographic. I know who I'm catering to.
In other words, you know your lane.
I do.
Yes.
I don't have a problem. I've even turned readers who don't read that into people who are looking for those type of books.
Okay.
So I don't have a problem with it. But what I have seen people have a problem with is I see people speaking down on urban fiction. That's junk you're reading. That's junk. I wouldn't read that because it's not educating me. It's not telling me anything.
Is that the same thing with saying that historical romances is junk and what they call it, soft porn reading? Because I'm a book junkie. I grew up reading.
I'm telling you,
all kind of stuff.
I think it was my mom that said,
books? What's the red
my
books?
mom that said the 50 Shades of Grey books. She said if that had been written by a black person, they would have called it trash. And they would have called it porn.
Well, we have an author who's written stuff like that.
We do.
Zane.
And we had her first.
We had her first.
We had Zane first. But see, Zane didn't get to go mainstream like she did.
Right.
And like she said, if that was a black movie, they would have called it porn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's just, people just say what they want to say. I don't care. But what I did do to fight that, to answer your question, was if anybody ever was to say, I don't want to read urban fiction, I'm sorry, I don't read that, it's junk, there's nothing inspiring in there or whatever, I always make sure to add that in there. There's always going to be, I don't write it just for the purpose of it's a thug and it's a girl and they fell in love. There's always something in there. This person had an issue with something that was deep down from
motivational, inspirational, something to learn from.
Definitely.
But I think that's the point of books. And so you're not too much younger than me, but like I said, I grew up, I can't even think what the heck the name of them damn, was it Silhouette? What's the red books called? You know, I'm talking about the little thin red books. There's all the authors. They have different authors, and it's a whole book company.
Oh, what Triple Crown?
Who? Triple. I think Triple Crown. Who publishes them? I can't remember.
I think that was the publisher. They had tons of books.
Yes.
But I don't know about red. I don't know.
They were red covered books. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm about to look this up because I it's gonna drive me crazy. Because, and there's an author that I'm going to mention, and there's a reason I'm going to mention her, because I feel like it was Silhouette.
Okay.
Silhouette.
I've heard of it.
You've seen them books. If you used to go in the bookstores back in the day, them red books, they was called Silhouette Desire, and it was a bunch of
it's romance.
They were romance books. But back in the day, there's an author, her name's Brenda Jackson.
I know Brenda Jackson.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know her, but I know what you're talking about.
She was one of the only African American authors that used to publish books to them. And that was invited and part of the series. So a lot of some of her series books, the Westlemores, oh gosh.
You read them?
Yeah, I used to read them. Yep. That's how I got turned on to a lot of the black authors, because my mom was reading those.
Gotcha.
So my mom was a romance junkie, but she liked black authors.
Yeah.
And at the time when Brenda Jackson and Rochelle Ellers and all of the romance authors, Eric Jerome Dickey and Zane and them, a lot of them followed behind.
They just started coming up.
They started coming up, and that was my introduction into a lot of more of the series romance. Family style books. And that's what I grew up reading.
I don't know if I can write romance though. I mean, I can, but I'm bored with it.
But this is the thing about it. I think it's all in how you do it. You gotta think in the terms. If you think of series, a lot of these authors who write these series books, there's a touch of romance. There's a touch of that urban.
I mean, and I have that. I have a series.
The mystery.
And I have all of what you're saying is in
Yeah.
it. That's why I'm saying I know I can do it, but at the end of the day, I think it would still be classified as urban just because, like, I just
This
think
what
that
you-
hood
That
feel
elements.
to it. I do.
But there's nothing wrong with it. That still could be considered romance.
I just don't know if it would be like a classic,
I don't think classic romance
a
does it
classic
no more.
romance. Yeah,
That's what they got
Because
those
it's-
historical romances for. I think that's
know.
what they got that for. I don't know, but I just think that I can say as a 1980 born baby, I remember seeing all
She's a 1980 born baby. She called me a baby.
because you're under 35. You're a baby.
I'm 1985. We the same.
Okay, when's your birthday?
Next week.
Okay, well you're not a baby then. I take it back, y'all. I'm sorry. She's
I'm
35.
grown.
She's
I got
35,
four
y'all.
kids.
She technically she's 35,
And a
y'all.
husband.
She's
Yes.
35, y'all.
35.
Okay, because anybody that's 35, you a baby to me. You're fresh.
I don't even be knowing how old I am. All year I ask people, am I 33? Like, I be, oh. Like you said, a workaholic. I worked at Aaron's on Broadway
Oh wow.
for the longest. And when I was managing that store, like I was the store manager there, and you know what they do. You rent out furniture, you have to deal with families and all this. I literally worked about 60 hours a week.
Wow.
And wrote at the same time 40,000 words plus. And I never, like, when I came home, I was back working, and I got 4 kids and a husband. Like, I never, like you said, workaholic. This is my first break,
Oh.
and I worked there for 10 years.
Oh wow.
Girl, I feel 50.
She said she feel 50.
I
now.
do.
She don't look 50 though.
Thank
girl.
you.
You look good, girl.
Thank you, Shirley.
But I was just, I guess what I was saying is that for all of us, anybody who's into reading, anyone who's into the urban,
Yeah.
genre, anybody that's into the romance genre, anyone who follows, any black authors, it had to start somewhere. You were
Definitely.
exposed
Yeah.
to it. And so a lot of what, like we were talking about, the network makes the net worth.
Mhm.
A lot of our black authors came up in an era because they were people. We had book clubs. We were exposing each other and our children
Yeah.
to these authors and these books, and that there was this other world of literature that we could delve into. And like you said, there was something that you got out of it. There
Yeah.
was a lesson. There was a story. It wasn't just fluff. It wasn't
Definitely.
just junk. It wasn't soft porn.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it was so many different things, but it was our reality.
Yeah. That's
looked,
what it is.
It looked like us.
That's what it is. It's our reality. So don't tell me that my reality is junk if that's my reality. If I step out on my porch and that's what I see, that's my reality. I have a right to write about that.
Absolutely.
And guess what? Somebody's going to read it, and that's going to be the reality for them too. That don't mean that's where we want to stay. We're not dreaming about it.
Right.
I'm just saying this is what I seen and this is what had happened. You know what I'm saying?
And I decided to put pen to paper.
Put it in the paper. That's it.
Right.
And maybe make it more positive than what I seen. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay,
No.
so for those just tuning in, thank you for tuning in to Meeting in the Ladies Room KY Radio here on Power 106.3 FM. We are live on Facebook, so if you are looking at Facebook, you can follow us at Meeting in the Ladies Rooms Radio. You can find me, Miss Nadi Merriweather, and Nadi Glamazon Merriweather on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. You can find us on all the streaming platforms. You can find Power 106 FMKY Radio on all social media and platforms. You are tuning in. I am talking with Miss Brittany. She is a local self-published author. She is
Self-published and published.
she's self-published and published.
Yes.
You see, she corrected everything. She wants
I don't want to.
She wants all her titles, y'all.
I do. I gotta give Brand Bullies a shout out. That's who I'm published under.
Okay.
And then I'm also self-published because I was self-published before I signed that contract. So I still have a book by myself that's self-published.
Okay. Got you. So let's talk about the journey of that and what did that look like, because I think a lot of people don't realize that authors actually do make money, and
Yeah.
that there is a net worth in that by networking.
Definitely. We make money if people read the book. So in this Kindle business, like what's going on right now is most of the readers, like people who actually read, they find the deals in reading books from purchasing Amazon Kindle. Now this is if you publish it on Amazon. I don't know about the other platforms. And then how the authors get paid is every time this page is flipped.
Right.
So if you just download the book, I don't get paid. So you actually have to open it up and flip those pages in order for me to make anything, unless you actually purchase it and you don't have Kindle Unlimited. And then we make money through paperbacks. But You can make money and you cannot make money. It just depends on the hustle. I'll say that I can be honest and say that I didn't have the hustle that I wanted to have in 2018 for the first half of the year because that's when I was managing the store.
Okay.
And even when I stepped down from store manager, I was still sales manager, which is still basically a store manager.
Right.
So I didn't have time to push out as many as books as I wanted to promote, go to events, and do that kind of thing. Now that I have time, I'm in grind mode now. But if you're in grind mode, it's definitely there.
Okay.
So, definitely.
Okay, so one of the things that I'm curious about, because I don't know if you heard or you've seen me post, we have a new one of our new radio talk shows, which I hope you will grace them with your presence. It's called Dee's Corner, and it's targeting young readers, young adults, children readers, family, and it's kind of a family-friendly kind of situation, but it's trying to encourage literature back, getting back literature back in the hands of everybody.
Yeah.
Because as you said, the day and age of the Kindle,
It is.
everybody's got a device in their hands. Nobody's picking up actual books.
And when you got a device in your hand, you have a distraction in your hand. Your phone's gonna ring, you're gonna get a text message, you gotta open up Facebook real quick, you got a notification, so you forget you're reading, or you just get sidetracked. So there's nothing like having a book in your hand, having a paperback. So I'm here for that.
I've bought probably 2 or 3 Kindles Fire tablets and still don't use them because to me it ain't the same.
It's not.
But on this show, that's one of their missions and goals, and one of the things they want to do is give a platform not only to readers but also to authors. And I think that's such a dope concept because I don't think we have anything like that here in Louisville.
We don't.
So to me, that once again goes back to the networking portion of it, because I know that they have, and probably a lot of people don't know this, there's actual freaking conventions. Huge freaking conventions. Book conventions with authors, black authors, publishing
I attended one last year here. Yeah.
I mean, it is huge, and I'm like, why do people not know about this?
But they don't get it out there, though. It isn't promoted like that.
Why do you think that is?
I just don't think that they realize that there's more of a demographic than what they're promoting to.
Okay.
So just because you say book, there's still other demographics that read. So who are you promoting to? What's your, you know what I'm saying? What's your aim? That's one thing. But to touch what you said about that having a book in your hand thing, technology has provided us so much. You cannot tell me you're bored. Like when my kids tell me that, I'm bored, I don't got nothing to do. What you want me to do? How are you bored when you got Netflix? You got tablets, you can download any game you want. We didn't have that when I was a kid.
The ease of access.
We didn't have any of that.
To everything.
Everything you could possibly. Yeah, so you can't tell me you're bored.
Right.
But I feel like watching a movie is the laziest way of reading ever. Because it's like you don't have to imagine what these people look. You don't have to imagine the scene and imagine the characters. You don't have to do anything. You're just watching the TV. It's all there for you.
Because they have been adapting a lot more books into actual movies, and those people, unless they're the type that want to read the book first,
that's me.
And see, I'm one of those people. I'd rather read the book first and then watch the movie because I know that there's going to be something missing out of this movie that was in that book.
People who watched The Help, y'all probably didn't know if y'all watched The Help, but they got mad at the ending because the lady had to be separated from the little girl at the end. Did you watch The Help?
Yes.
At the end of the movie, when the little girl was crying and she wanted the lady to come back and help her, and whatever, and they fired her. And everybody was mad about that. But if you read the book before you watched it, you would know she went off, got a job, a really good job in New York as a writer, I believe, and it was actually a happy ending. And I was just like, wait, the movie going off?
Okay, so back to 50 Shades of Grey. I never read the books and still won't read them, and there's a reason why.
I don't.
Because one of the things we did with my ladies' night out event, those movies happen to come out during my February annual event weekend that we always do, and we always do extra events. So it might be a movie night, we might go bowling, the entertainers might usually go out and hang out, we might do a paint and sip. So when those movies came out, that was part of our weekend. Was our Divas movie night.
Okay.
So was raving about these books, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna go to the movies.
So they read the books.
Some of them had read the books.
Okay.
I had read the books, so I'm like, okay, there's so much hype. Oh, let's make it a Diva movie night. Hustlers came out. We was like, let's make it a movie
Yeah,
night.
I want to see Hustlers. Was it good?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
The Harriet Tubman movie that's coming out. We're talking about making that a deal. Even though we don't have a weekend of events coming up, we're all going to probably get together and try to go to the movies. So we went to the movies. We went to like a late night showing at Baxter Theater. I never forget it. It was barely anybody in there. There were these two older white ladies in there drunk, having a ball. When I tell you, we had the funnest time watching, and I'm like, oh my God, okay. Yeah, okay. And then the ending, and I was like, what? What? I'm not, wait a minute. How does it end like that? You mean I gotta wait 2 years to find out what happens next?
But the girls that read the book already knew what happened.
And they all looking at me like,
the movie is the laziest way to
they
read a
were
book.
looking at me like, wait a minute, Mario. I'm like, but wait a minute, what's happening? So, for example, there's another movie called, it just came out last year. Oh gosh. It's a black film. And it was basically about this girl being into SBDM. And she meets this corporate guy. She's a doctor. I can't think of what the heck the name is. Bo is going to kill him. My brother's going to kill him because he's in the dang old movie, y'all. And I can't think of the name of it. All right. DeAndrea or somebody. Yeah, we saw this dang old movie. What the heck is the name of the movie? But anyway.
It was in the movie theater this year?
It was in the movie theater last year. Oh Lord, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to look it up because if I don't say the name, shout outs to my brother Michael Boware. He was in this dang old movie and my butt can't remember the name of the freaking movie. Oh my gosh, it came out last year, y'all. Hold on. Y'all can Google him, FYI. He's Googleable. He's been in a couple different little movies. Shout out to my little brother. Kinky. That's the name of the movie. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I wanted to call it T-something, but it's called Kinky.
I've heard it.
And it's basically like almost the African American version of 50 Shades of Grey to a degree.
Okay.
But the ending reminded me of 50 Shades of Grey. And the person who I believe wrote or produced that also was one of the people who was a part of the Chocolate City movies.
Okay.
And if you watch those movies, they kind of had a similar twist ending.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of like, is that because, and like Chocolate City and Kiki, to my knowledge, are not books. But I'm noticing that the book to film thing, that's kind of becoming a thing.
I'm not
that they're not, that they're doing these twist endings to like open the doors for a
series.
For a series
Or something, yeah.
But
I
they
ain't gonna
leave
say I
a
ain't
lot
gonna
of
do it.
stuff. They leave a lot of stuff out of the books.
But that's my thing. I wouldn't want. Terry Woods came out with True to the Game. Do you remember
Yes.
that? Did you ever read True to the Game?
Yes, I did.
I was obsessed with that series. I read all 3 books, and when that movie came out, everybody talked so bad about it. Like, how would they do Terry like that? Why would she let them do her movie like that? And I'm like, let me see it. And I watched it, and I could appreciate it for what it was.
Right.
It wasn't what I thought it should be, but I could appreciate it for what it was. But my thing is, they didn't have the means to put all that in that movie.
Mm.
And I wouldn't want to publish, as hard as I've worked and sitting for hours and hours and going over this and going back over it and all that, for y'all to make a movie to leave out the key parts that made the readers fall in love with the book.
Right. For
it to not even be received well. Like, I don't think that would be what I want to do. I think I just want to publish books because, no. Like you said, and thank God for the platform that's wanting to enlighten and bring books back.
Right.
Paperbacks back.
Yes, I feel like that needs to be a thing. So, like, we were talking and we were having a meeting because their actual first show is going to be airing Sunday at 7 p.m. So, it's a 7 p.m.
I'll tune in.
slot, which I think for what you consider family time or wind down time for getting ready for the week time, I think it's perfect. They're
Okay.
willing to cover any type of genres. It's actually hosted by a kid.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's being hosted by a kid going by the name Mr. Animated.
Okay.
He's a doll. And they're looking to doing like the book signings or the book readings at the library, having events
Yeah.
centered around books.
Okay.
So it gives opportunities for authors like you and young readers who may want to be an author, opportunities to come together and to have the workshops and to have the events and things of that nature. They're wanting to do basically a book drive fundraiser for Christmas to give away books to kids.
They ain't gonna want my books for no kids, but
well, not even necessarily. But even though there might be some people,
parents or something,
or some people that like the family, the women and family homeless shelter. We can give your books to them. Yeah. So I don't think they're necessarily wanting to discriminate, but it's just the idea of everybody does these toy drives, clothes drives, hats, clothes, shoes. What about books? Yeah. Let's give the gift of imagination. Let's give the gift.
That's the part that I'm talking about, is the imagination. Like, that's the key part. When you're watching it, there's nothing to imagine. It's just there. And you can't even go walk and get a drink real quick out the kitchen because you might miss something.
You gotta pause it.
You have to pause it. Or if it's a TV show, you can't pause it. And if it's a movie, you can't go use the bathroom.
Yeah.
But when you have a book, you have a bookmark. And you can fold your page over, and you can do, you know.
You can come back, you can reread it.
All that.
As you want.
You can sit however you want. Doesn't matter if the phone's about to die. You don't need a charger and all that. Like, I totally understand. I do like, the only thing I like about Kindle is it is convenient because you don't have to worry about, if I want to read at night and my husband's asleep, it's going to light up for me. Like, you can change the settings to how you want it to look. I guess that's okay. But I like a paperback.
Yeah, I think an actual book in hand. And there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the Kindles or the tablet thing, reading ebooks. The convenience of that is dope. But I feel like there's nothing like turning that page.
It's really not.
And
I still read. Every day I read. Like, I don't care. If I'm at the bus stop or I can't write, so I'm reading. To me, that's working because it's still got my mind going. So,
right.
You know.
So I think that it's very dope, and I think it's definitely something our society, our community needs, and I'm kind of glad to be a part of it, and somebody who is helping produce this show and bringing this platform, and definitely trying to find a way to give back to the community, because I'm always about that. And I think by saying that, you know, I think that there are some of us small businesses, authors like you, there's brands that want to give back but don't have the time sometimes, or don't necessarily have always the means. So my thing is going and purchasing a couple books from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, or some clearance books. Like, it's a way to give back and give something meaningful to somebody. Like, this is something they can give back. So, like, I know, for example, their first show that I helped produce is he did the Give Yourself Goosebumps series by R.L. Stein.
Love Goosebumps.
Oh my gosh.
I loved it. And I'm so mad it's on Netflix. I'm like, y'all get to watch it?
Okay, so here's the thing about this particular book series. I was not aware of that particular series. That basically you choose by picking different options, the ending changes. You can read this book probably 100 times and get a different ending.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious. I was like, oh my God, I felt like a little kid.
I love Goosebumps.
When he told me the first book choice, and I was like, okay, I can't not help produce or be a part of the show and not read. And I was like, are you serious?
That's dope.
Like, you literally pick 2 to 3 options, right? And depending on these 2 to 3 options,
you pick.
Every page you gotta pick another option that's gonna lead you to a different page. So you're flipping back and forth.
Dope.
That is dope.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody's doing that.
Nobody's doing that. Like, who would even think? How do you even have time to think of that?
Hey y'all, hold on. Let me see who we got on here, y'all. Hold on. Oh, hey everybody. Donate. Blake, passion over fear, especially to women in the shelter, is a relatable black. Okay, yes, they giving out recommendations. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so definitely thank y'all for the recommendations. Y'all telling her what y'all feel she needs to do. Okay, absolutely. Okay, so I just thought that was so dope, and this kid, he's picking books based on time of year, things that are going on. The author, she's planning on having, because she's a self-publishing author, she's wanting to promote books that talk about kids with disabilities, mental health, situational stuff. So like I know she's got a series of books about military kids. And the stuff that they go through that it's not a conversation. And what she was saying was a lot of her books are targeted towards kids and young adults. And a lot of it's situational stuff because a lot of kids think they alone, that there's nobody else that's been through what they're going through. And she wants to start that conversation. And I was just like, that's so dope. And by her saying, I'm going to fund and start this radio show, and I'm going to have a website, and I'm going to give authors be able to promote their books and come on and talk about their books. That to me is networking to make everybody's net worth actually grow. And I'm like, why everybody can't think that way? Why everybody can't realize that sometimes that small little investment, that small little support is going to be a larger picture for you at the end of the day. And it's not about doing something because you're expecting something at the end, but realizing it goes both ways. You open yourself up to blessings. Somebody said it. They was like, I'm not stopping my blessings because somebody don't like me or somebody don't support. I'm going to go ahead and find ways to do such and such. And I think that that's one of the things that our society, our community, our city needs to really learn and focus on how to do. So, real quick, y'all, I know we done got deep in here. Child, we done got deep, but it's a good conversation. So I thank y'all for tuning in, but we're not ending the conversation quite yet. So I want you to tell the people how to find your books specifically, and then I want to talk about this new book, because I know you said you got some tea for us. Hey.
Okay, how to find my books, go to Amazon.com and type in my name. It'll just pull up my whole bio, and it'll pull up every book that I have already published right now.
Okay.
And if you're not savvy with Amazon and you want to get a paperback instead of the Kindle or vice versa, it's going to ask you what format you want, and then you click either Kindle or you click paperback or whatever and go from there. I have the Lines of Loyalty series. That is a favorite. That's like the top favorite is the Lines of Loyalty. That was the first book I ever wrote and published. The Lines of Loyalty. That series is available. I have Blake, Passion Over Fear. That was the one that somebody said that I should send to the women's homeless. No,
to the Women and Children's Family Centers.
Yes, because that one is geared towards domestic violence awareness and single mothers and that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then I have, what did I write? Truth Hits Harlem. Truth Hits Harlem is a soft spot for me. It really is. That's the love. If you want to talk about romance, that would be the one. It's dealing with some hitmen and stuff though. We changed it up a little bit. That I co-wrote that with someone. So when you talk about the network thing, me and Tiff Smitty wrote that. And that one, that's just so deep. It's really, really, really deep. Really deep. And then I have She Was My Best Friend, Terry and Chardette.
Woo. Child,
that one is the book is just tea. Like it is tea. Like period. It just deals with two friends that had a falling out, and it's not over a man. I'll just say that. It's not the typical fallout. And it's a lot of revenge and a lot of things happen. But that's a part of a series of 6 books called She Was My Best Friend under the publishing company that I'm with, Brand Bullies. And 6 authors from there wrote their own version of She Was My Best Friend. And they have their own names. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So everybody's story different. None of them are connected or anything. So there's no particular order to read them. But that's all available on Amazon.
Okay. All right. So
I know what I'm reading right now. You see?
Look, I was about to get to that because I feel like I need. Oh Lord, I feel like I need to read some of this stuff. I need to read some of it. Okay, so you are currently writing
a book called The Sugar Rush.
I was curious about that name.
Yeah.
Where did that name come from?
The girl in the book, that's her name, Sugar.
Okay.
But her name is Jessica. In the Lines of Loyalty series, she is, I guess you would call the villain character. She's a white girl, and she's very shapely. Mm-hmm. And so her friends nicknamed her Sugar because they said, you got a nice body and everything, but you still white, so it's Sugar. So that's where the nickname came from.
Okay.
So, but she had problems with self-harming and things like that in that book, and eating disorder and a few other things going on because of what was happening in her household. So I wanted to pull her out of that book to shed light on that, on depression, on everything that we're dealing with right now.
Right.
That people don't seem to know, who they feel like nobody's hearing them.
Right. They don't feel like they have a voice.
Yeah, and depression is very real. I feel like it's very real. I do feel like too that people label themselves as depression that hasn't been diagnosed. We're just giving ourselves that heavy label.
Right. People they still have a stigma about going and seeking help.
Yes.
Mental health.
Yes.
Help. Yeah.
Depression is mainly living in the past, whether it's something you don't want to let go of or something you were scared to forget about of. And then you have the anxiety because you're afraid of the future.
Right.
So I wanted to bring all that to light with this character.
Okay.
And she is nuts.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Because it's beyond the depression thing. Like, I want to bring all that in the light. So when she sits with her psychiatrist and stuff, you see all of that what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Right? But when she's not with the psychiatrist, it's beyond that. She's just...
It's a lot.
Yeah. And there's
lot.
one thing that's so crazy about this book that if I tell, there's no point in reading it. Like, there would be even no point in me even finishing writing it because I already spilled the whole tea. Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, there's the ending of it hits so hard because she's on another level with hers. Like, for real.
Okay. And she is a part of
the Lines of Loyalty series. She's in book 1, but she's not in book 2 and 3. So I wanted to pull her and give her own standalone book.
Got you. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, how many books do you plan for that series to be?
I planned for the Lines of Loyalty to be a standalone. I didn't want it to be a series. I didn't even want to write books. I didn't even know what I was doing. I wanted to write books, but it was like, I didn't just have a plan to do this, you know? I was bored at work one day, and I had finished reading one of Wahida Clark's books. I was working at the front desk at the hotel, so nobody's really bothering me for anything. They checked in and they done. And I was done with my book, and I was bored. I pulled out a piece of paper out of the printer and just started like writing a story. And I was like, oh, yo, this is good. And I passed it to somebody, and then they kept passing it to people. And it was like, you need to do something with this. That was in 2007. I published that book in 2016.
Oh, wow.
So I sat on it for years, but randomly I would pull it out, like, y'all remember this? Like, to my family. And they were reading and be like, no, you need to get serious about it. One day I was in line at the Yum Center for the Beyonce concert. And I was getting tickets there, and I don't know why I was running my mouth talking to everybody in line. I'm saying I don't know why because I don't talk to people. Like, I'm always quiet. I don't never just randomly talk to people. When I was bored, I was there alone, 6 o'clock in the morning. We all waiting on tickets. So we was talking, and whatever I was saying, everybody was just tuned in. Like I was really talking about something. So it made me feel obligated to keep the story going. I just kept on talking about whatever I was. And when I shut up, they went on about their business, and the man in front of me turned around and he said, are you an author? And this was in 2013. I wasn't an author yet. But I had that little bit that I wrote back in the day. I was like, no. He was like, you don't write books or nothing? I was like, I wrote one. He was like, is it published? I said, no. This is an old man. He said, if it's not published, you're not an author. You need to get to publishing it because you can't just tell people you're an author if you ain't published nothing. He was like, but I can hear it in your voice that you're an author. And turned around. Didn't say nothing else to me. He didn't say nothing that whole time. He wasn't paying attention to me while I was talking.
But
he heard me and he turned. But that was God. Like, he just turned around and said that to me.
Right.
Do you know I was so mad at myself the rest of the day? When I got home, I was mad. Like, the next day I was mad, and it just really sat on my soul. It was like sitting like on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God, I'm supposed to be published. I'm supposed to be writing. Why? What am I doing? So I started Googling, like, trying to figure out how can I, is there a publishing company in Louisville? Like, what am I going to do? And then I found that Amazon published, like, everything, I just started taking the steps and just got serious about it. I told a friend at work about it. She was like, I'll let you use my laptop for 2 weeks. If you can finish what you can finish with it. Like, everybody just started, what can I do? How can I
help out?
Yeah, and then once it just got rocking, I'm not going to stop. I have like 14 books in my head right now.
Oh, wow.
I have a teenage series that I want to do.
Oh, okay.
Right now. I would tell you the idea.
No, you ain't got to.
I could. I just don't want nobody to take the idea.
I want to tell the idea because I feel like that's a future show on Dee's Corner. So we're going to leave that right there alone. You got a whole platform. Look at God.
You're right.
He just gave you a whole platform.
He sure did.
For that right there.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's talk about the self-publishing because a lot of people don't understand when people say I'm self-published, what that actually means, what that looks like. Because all people think is, oh, you wrote a book and you sent it somewhere and they printed it. That's not what that means.
Heck no. That is not what that means. That is not what that means. I wrote the book. Now you gotta find somebody to edit it. You can't give it to your friend and have them edit it. And you can't edit it yourself. You can if you want a 1-star review after you publish it, and then everybody gonna want to buy it, and nobody's ever gonna take you serious again. So you have to pay for publishing. I mean, pay for your editing, and that could be about $400. And if you believe in yourself enough, that's what I had to tell myself every time I had to spend money that I didn't want to spend, or I just like, why am I doing this? I would have to say, do you really believe that this is what you're supposed to do? And then I would replay the conversation at the Yum Center with the man, and then I'll say, okay, I'm gonna spend it. So you have to pay for the editing. Then you get your editors back. Then you have to go over to do it on your own. So now I need a book cover. So you have to find somebody that's going to do that for you, but you have to pay that money for that. I think I paid $2.99 for my first cover, $300. I didn't know who to go to. I just found some website that did art and just went. I wasn't on Facebook or nothing, on social media, nowhere.
Okay.
I'm just doing all this off the head. And then I found the website at the time. They changed it. It was Create Space. I found that website, and it's just like it just takes you through a series of steps. It is free, and it takes you through a series of steps, but you got to go slow. You have to get your tax number, tax ID number. You got to have that. You got to have your direct deposit thing right under, because they got to be able to pay you.
Right.
And you just go through each step just to upload everything or whatever. But it's still not that easy, because even if you upload the book by yourself and do all that by yourself, you still have to sell it. So who am I selling this book to? You didn't send it off to anybody. You don't got nobody that's promoting for you or none of that. And then where are my readers? Nobody reads anymore. So you know what I'm saying? It's not an easy thing. But that, I feel like, just shout out to all the indie authors. I'm published too, thank God. I'm telling you, my publisher has made my life so easy, because all I do is write, and that's it. I send it to her. And then they edit it, or they send it to their editors, and then they do the book covers. My publisher, she does the book covers for us. Like, she is actually the graphic designer. Right. She designs them for us, and she uploads them to Amazon. I don't have to do the process anymore of that.
Right.
The only thing my job is to keep writing, and I have to promote. Try to go hard. Like, right. I'm sorry if it's going to get on y'all nerves on the timeline. I didn't ask y'all to follow me. Like, I'm here for my readers. They want to see what I'm posting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, so that's the difference. I kind of got to lay back a little bit this year since I'm signed, but I still have to work on that other book that I have by myself, you know.
Right. Okay. So what advice would you give someone, young or old, that was like you, that was sitting on it and was like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something, but what am I supposed to be doing with it? What advice would you give them to go ahead and take that leap of faith and put that first book on out there?
I would say, I think the easiest thing is to get inspired. It's very easy to get inspired. When you're going through the process and the steps of doing whatever it is that you were inspired to do, you have to keep asking yourself, why am I doing this? Because it's not going to be easy. Those small steps that you're going to take is going to be easy and frustrating. And it's easy to quit in those steps. So you have to keep asking yourself. That will be one thing. Keep asking yourself why you're doing it. And the other thing is, please, whatever you do, don't expect your friends and your family to be your consumer. Because if you do that, and they don't have time to be, you can't say I'm gonna make cupcakes every day, and then think your family is supposed to buy your cupcakes every day. They don't feel like eating cupcakes. How about, you know what I'm saying? You can't.
Well,
you can't do
that's
that.
True. You can't think your family and friends are gonna be your number one.
You can't think that. Would it be nice?
It would,
but you can't think that. You have to know who you're selling it to. So I would say, don't get distracted by who's not supporting you, and pay attention to the people that are supporting you, even from the very first idea. When you first tell somebody, and whether it's a naysayer, yeah, you should do it, no, don't do it. Just pay attention to the people who are supporting you. Don't pay attention to who's not supporting you. That's it. And keep asking yourself, why am I doing this? The whole way. So don't ever forget why.
Okay. So I guess my question would be, and then you ain't got to give away no trade secrets, but are there resources for people who are wanting to get into the business and who are wanting to be authors, who are wanting to get their work out there?
Yeah. My publisher, actually, she's releasing a book on November 11th.
Okay.
It is the self-publishing guide. to self-publishing your work. It's going to tell you everything on there from A to Z. It's featuring about, I think, 6 authors or something. Everybody's giving their advice, and then she's an actual publisher. She has a company that she runs.
Okay, it's a company. Where's the company located?
Compton, California.
Oh, shout out to Compton.
Yeah, shout out Compton. But she'll be having that. There's books like that, self-publishing books like that. What I did was I went on YouTube. I'm telling
YouTube tell you everything.
Listen, I went on YouTube to figure out how to make a cover on my own. Because for my second book, I was like, forget this $300 thing. I'm going to make my own cover. How can I do it if I don't know how to use Photoshop? I went on YouTube to figure out who I can get to edit. I found Fiverr. The company Fiverr, do you know about them?
Yes.
People sleep on Fiverr. Like, you can get logos, everything for nothing. Now, it may not be, it depends on the quality you want. But I'm saying, like, I Googled and looked up everything. So sometimes it gets a little frustrating when people are like, all right, can you help me do this since you're doing this? And it's like, bro, look, I'll help you, but you got to go in too.
You got to go do your own
You got to do your
too.
Research too, yeah. Because it's
So
like, I did the research for me.
So the internet was a great resource for that.
It is. It really is. 100%.
Okay.
I would do that. And then
Okay.
connect with the people that you, whatever it is you're trying to do, connect with that platform of people, with that
Trying to
community.
network.
Yes.
Network makes
the network.
Hey, so absolutely. So y'all, I am going to say I'm encouraging all my people who you got a dream, whether it is to be an author, it's to own your own business, a brick and mortar, a storefront, a brand, a clothing line, a beauty line, anything. I need y'all to take that leap of faith. There's nothing wrong with trying and reaching out for help, networking, and just doing it, y'all. So absolutely. So Miss Brittany, I thank you for coming.
Thanks
on.
for having me.
So one more time, tell them how to find you on social media for me.
On Facebook, find me as author Brittany Pittard, Pitteard. You can just type that last name in if you want to. Pitteard. Author Brittany Pittard on Facebook. I got a like page on there as well. You can find me on Instagram as authoress Brittany Pittard. You can go in Amazon and just go in the search bar and just type my name in. Author Brittany Pittard. You can go on Goodreads. Readers, they know Goodreads. It's like Facebook for readers.
Have you heard of Wattpad?
Wattpad.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
my kid is obsessed with Wattpad.
Yeah.
Yes, she loves
And books on Wattpad is off.
The chain.
Yes, my niece was reading one this summer. I was like, you can read my books then if you're reading this.
Hey, my kid loves it. And I think because of the interaction, you can give feedback.
Yeah.
And a lot of the authors accept that feedback. And so.
Hey, I like feedback too. Now, and a lot of the authors on Facebook, we like feedback. But yeah, you can interact with the Wattpad, and it's free. The books are free.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, like my kid, she's 16 and obsessed with
I'm not on it.
She loves, but both of my kids are bookworms. But she researches and finds these different avenues, and she loves reading like all types of books and all types of genres. She's like me. I'll pretty much will read anything. So but absolutely. So that is what's up. So yeah, I need y'all to go follow, like, share, tweet.
Yes, please.
Tag.
You see my shirt? It says you should be reading my book. So read my book.
Okay, so for those that are on the live, you can't see her shirt on the radio.
Can't see it.
But on Facebook, she has this. It's a dope shirt. It says you should be reading my book. So absolutely, please read her books. Please support. Also, so quick shout outs to Dee's Corner Sundays. Starting this Sunday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Dee's Corner is going to be happening. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at Dee's Reading Corner. Hopefully, Miss Brittany's going to make an appearance on that show. Hopefully, some of our other local authors are going to be making an appearance on that show. We're going to try to get books back, making that a thing, y'all. We got to make it a thing. I think that is one of the solutions that we need for a lot of stuff that is happening in our society and our community. So definitely follow them. Thank y'all for tuning in to Meeting in the Ladies Room KY Radio. You can follow us at Meeting in the Ladies Room KY Radio, Meeting in the Ladies Room Radio. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We do got a Snapchat, even though I don't use it, y'all.
We can snap a picture together when I'm gonna put you on Snapchat.
I'm not. I can't. I don't get the Snapchat.
I'm about to put her on here.
But yes, you can follow us on there. You can tune in to Power 106.3 on your radio dial every day, all day. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Power 106 FMKY Radio. Our Our website is www.kyheartmedia.com. You can find us on all streaming platforms. And when I say all streaming platforms, I literally mean streaming. You can Google us, Power 106 FM KY Radio, Power 106.3 FM KY Radio, KY Heart Media, LLC. You can find us everywhere. Shout outs to my whole team. Thank y'all for tuning in. Next week, you can tune back in live 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Y'all know I don't always go to 10 p.m., but I be trying, y'all. I gotta have some people to talk to. I can't just talk by myself. So, next up, we've got Slow Jams Louisville with DJ Mr. Yeah coming in. So definitely stay tuned to that next. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for commenting. Thank y'all for just participating. Please tell all your peoples about us. We are definitely trying to give a voice to all the people. We are the independent voice for the people. So thank y'all. Tune in, share, like, subscribe, all of those good old things. And I will talk to y'all later. All right, y'all. Facebook, we out.